Hi everyone and welcome back to Amplify. In today's episode we're going to talk to someone very special, a singer and performer with who I had the pleasure and honor of sharing one stage for the Quartz Festival in September. One of my favorite Belgian singers, Alex Paradoxe.
Alex, welcome to Amplify, which is a kind of podcast I created in 2021, where I talk to different talented people from different countries, and we discuss what are their plans, how did they get through 2020, what's about 2021, 22, and in general, what can they recommend to other people. So let's start with you, that you are connected right now from Brussels.
Yeah, that's it.
Tell me a bit about your childhood. Where did you grow up and where were you born?
Actually, I'm a Brussels children. I was born here, raised here, still living here. That's not very exciting, actually. But actually, I like my city very much, even if I dream of somewhere else sometimes.
And what did you study? Where and what?
I love science so freaking much. During college, I studied science and mathematics. And then when I went to university, I began with physics and just figured it out that it wasn't for me. I needed something more human. Then I began to study psychology, and it was a dream. And then I was graduated from psychology, even if I'm not working out in it.
The music. How did the first music experience appear? Because you talk about science, you talk about psychology,
Yeah,
mathematics, and then I know you as a musician.
I always loved music. I remember I was 4 and I was already singing. I was 11 when I was cast for my first musical. It was a dream. Then I was a child that was very successful in studies. So my parents were like, "You don't want your children to go to art. Art
Well,
is not very stable." And
yeah. Mhm.
every parents want their child to have something stable in their hands, like a diploma. I was graduated, like, look, mom, I have my diploma. I can try to do something else. And if it doesn't work, well, that's it. I can do this.
So you really first you did your degree and only then you
Mm,
restarted kind of doing music.
yeah. First, my diploma for my parents because they are very nervous about the future. They see the world we're living in and they are stressed. That's normal. So I was like, okay, I do it for you. I have my diploma. Now let me try something else. Yeah, let me try to work in a cabaret to just discover some artists. Let me try to do some music. If it doesn't go anywhere, I will not have any regrets. And that's the most important thing for me.
Do you remember the first song you did, but during your adult life already? Like,
Oh, not the first one I wrote when I was 13. That's it. Not
no,
this one.
no.
The first one I wrote, actually, I called it my $1 million contract. Uh, I wrote a song. I know this is good. I know this is trendy. It's called Fresh. It's like a remake of Ice Ice Baby,
Mm-hmm.
but it goes like Fresh Fresh Baby.
Ah,
Um, I never recorded it. I just keep it on my laptop. And the day I sign a $1 million contract, I'm like, okay, I have this for you. I know it's gonna work. It's just a stupid love song, but I loved it. That's really the first good one I wrote in my adult life. Yeah.
do you play any instruments?
Actually, my first love was to sing, and I just learned instruments to
Accompany yourself.
compose. But yeah, I'm doing everything on the computer.
Mhm.
So yeah, I can play, but I'm not a good player at all.
Mhm.
I have the basis in piano, guitar, and things like that. But that's really the basic. I cannot play you a serenade. Or
Yeah. Let's talk about your song Midnight Call.
You're my midnight call when I feel alone. Together we can talk for hours.
I think it's brilliantly produced, so I would be interested to know about the production of the song. And your vocal performance is also just amazing there. And when I heard the song the first time, I think it was a couple of months back. Immediately, it was very catchy for me. So I love everything about the song.
Sometimes I do my instrumentals, I do my music, but sometimes I work with producers. So I'm not the composer of that song. I just fell in love with the rhythm that's kind of slow and with a big bass. I have a big bass. I recorded it in my basement because why not? What I just love about music is that you can do something pop and catchy, but with deep lyrics. That's what I love most. Band years and years, even if that's not a band anymore. It's pop, it's catchy, but I don't tell you crap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to talk about something always like you can dance or you can listen. You can do it both. And yeah, I just was inspired by the music. I imagined myself in a ride during the night, and everything comes up naturally, actually.
So for that song, you basically had like the music and then you top
Mhm.
line that.
Yeah, I think I wrote um, 10 different lyrics for that song before finding the good one. What I love is that I have good friends that can tell me when I do shit. They were like, no, this is no good. You can do better. And that's what I love about my friends. They're not like, oh, yeah, this is amazing. You're such an artist. They're like, oh, no, no, no. You're going in the wrong direction. You're going the wrong way. That I love them for that. So I wrote this song like 10 times before finding what's matching the best with the instrumental. I think I did a pretty good job with the help of my friends. Actually, you can hear my best friend in the music. She's just talking with that kind of phone effect, um, because I'm talking about Caroline Jones in the song, which was the first who has the opportunity to play the character of Morticia Adams in the Adams family, and
Ah,
she's
okay.
very sensual. And I was looking for that kind of voice, very sensual but also very powerful, which is my best friend. And everything came out of that idea of being with someone you love, and I love passionate relationship, and the song is about that. I don't like cheesy love. The song is a metaphor of the end of a relationship, like speed the car, and I don't care if you crash it. Like maybe the end is death, but it was intense, and that's all that matter.
Wow, what a deep meaning of the song. And normally in all your other songs, first you write the lyrics, then the production, or you do it the other way?
There is no established way for me to write a song. Sometimes, yeah, I just woke up in the morning with an idea, or even in the middle of the night. That's horrible. I'm with my boyfriend in the bed, and it's 4 a.m. I wake up and I'm like, I have to write it down. It can comes from anywhere, and I'm open to everything. I have a horrible story about that. It was with my ex-boyfriend, and I was on holiday with a friend for composing music together. And he called me in the middle of the night, like someone of my family is dead. Uh, and I tried to be very empathic at the phone, like I'm with you, I understand your pain, but he said just some words that inspired me in the moment. So I was at the phone and writing lyrics with my other hands, like, yeah, I'm with you, but I was writing lyrics because he inspired me. That was a horrible moment. I'm with you, but yeah, I'm writing a song about you.
Mhm. And did you release that song?
Not yet, but maybe soon. I have an album project in collaboration with Left Right Studio and an amazing person called David Mouyal. He lives here in Brussels. He have a studio called Takeoff Record. He's just an amazing person, like very supportive, very cool, very talented because he mixed all the song from the album. But the thing is, we recorded it 2 years ago, and I grew up and I'm listening to some of the song like that's not it anymore. So I try to work on it a little bit more before releasing it.
That's nice. I mean, if there is something that was recorded 2 years ago, you changed now,
Mm,
so you have the opportunity to look at it from another angle. And
yeah,
why not? Why not? You recently released an EP which is called Phone Note Poetry.
That's fine by me. I don't need anybody. That's between me and the sea. That's
yeah, that's a single. Yeah. Um, Same thing that Midnight Call. I just fell in love with the instrumental, with the music. I wrote different lyrics to the song. That's actually exactly the same mechanic, but a little bit different. Like the two first verses of the song, I wrote it in Malta. I was in some kind of toxic relationship, and at first the lyrics were, I'm seeing a lot of beauty, but I can't enjoy the beauty because I'm alone, and beauty is something you share with people. And now I'm like, I was so wrong, because you can enjoy beauty on your own. You don't need anyone, and that's actually all the purpose of the song. Like, you don't need anyone to be happy. Happiness is something that you find by yourself, and love is just a cherry on the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I just discovered the verses on my phone note, like, oh wow, I wrote it back then, but I changed the end of the lyrics and wrote a totally opposite song. Yeah.
Nice. What's your plan for the end of 2021 and let's say beginning of 2022?
Um, First, I will release a song which is our queer anthem. It's important for me that music has a purpose, and I love my queer community, and I want to talk for my queer people, which I'm a part of. So it's like it's a queer anthem, but I'm also talking about feminism, and it's just like, don't mess with us. All the entire song is about that. It's called my bitches are witches, and it's kind of creepy, like, don't mess with us or we're gonna fight back. And we will.
Uh-huh. So that's for 2021.
That's for 2021, maybe at fall. And then there will be the album release. So maybe like 12 song, bang.
Aye, okay. And is it ready or you still need to record them?
I need to record some of them, but most of them are pretty great. Actually, that's the one I was talking. I worked with Takeoff Records. I will take some of them that I still like, and I will add some new songs.
Mm-hmm. So who are you working with on this album?
So with David, with a friend of mine who did the backup singing, which is
Mm-hmm.
called Fiorella. I will work with a friend on a song. She's called Chloe, and she's in a band called Six for Noir. That's the one you've seen. Something very electro, very dark. I already have the song title that will be Depressed Kid,
Oh, wow.
which is very us. And I think that's the people I worked with to do the album. For my bitches are witches, I worked always with my best friend. She's also doing a top line in the song.
Mm-hmm.
And for the music video, I'm working with a friend of mine called Mansour, which is in the Bauhaus. That's a house in Brussels with a lot of artists like singer, composer, beat maker, music video maker. And they did a little house of artists here in Brussels, and they are all working together. That's very great to see little artists try to emerge, but together as a team or maybe a family.
Oh, wow, that's nice. So they're gonna do the music video for you, yeah?
Yeah.
And who did the midnight call?
Well, actually, that's another friend who has his own company called Montal Prod. We had the same idea of where to go with the song, and it just collapsed and did a beautiful thing, like it was a big bang. Actually, I think we did all this scene in 2 days. We didn't want it that the storyline was in front. Like there is a little storyline that you can see. Like I begin with my hands covered with blood, and then you see me with the body of my friend in my arms. But this is not front. This is in the background of the video, and that's what we wanted. We wanted beauty first, like beautiful scene, and I think we did a pretty good job. Yeah.
Yeah, you did a pretty good job. I mean, I think you acted. Also have acting talent, I think, because you were really organically fitting the whole idea of the video. So I think it suited you
Yeah.
very well. And also you're on stage with the mic. It was very nice. The whole setting in the place that we all know. And is it expensive to make such video?
Uh, for me, no, because I'm working with friends. It's always important for me that even if I'm working with friends, I pay them. Work with friends, but respect their work. That's
Hmm.
always my state of mind when I'm working.
Hmm. And was it something you needed to learn how to really separate the professional aspect of working with friends and the personal one? Or it was like organically, immediately, like it was easy to do?
I don't feel legit to say that kind of thing. Like you do it this for me for free.
Hmm.
I don't have my word. Um, so I think it's a way to respect him and to tell him what I want is that by paying the people. But I love working with friends. Actually, this is the best part.
We spoke about, I heard a lot of like dark stuff and depression. Is it something you take inspiration from?
Yeah, actually, I hate cheesy songs. I don't like it. I can fake it. I don't like cheesy songs. And most of all, I want to connect with people by the sadness. Like we all have sad moments,
Mm-hmm.
and there is nothing to be ashamed of. And to know that you're not the only one to be sad is actually kind of reconfortment. Like we are a team, the team of sad people, the team of depressed people, and we can take care of each other. And that's what actually I want to do with my music. Like, yeah, we are sad, we are depressed, we are minorities, we are different, but we are together. And that's what I want to create, yeah, with music, that little community of depressed kid.
Ah, wow. Is there someone who inspires you, like not only situation wise, but really person wise? Is there somebody?
Yeah, like I talked to you, Chloe from Cis for Noir really helped me to assume the dark parts in me. Because I used to be ashamed. Like when you're a kid, you have the idea that everyone is happy and you're the only one suffering. And someday you realize that no, this is not true. Nobody in the entire world is really happy. Everybody has his traumas, his sadness, and a lot of issues he's working on. And she helped me to realize that and to be something to be proud of. Like, yeah, I have all this past, and that's all right. She really helped me. We both have a little book where we watch songs. And we wrote songs like the same way with the same metaphor, and it's just so pleasant to feel like I'm not the only one in this universe to feel that way, to express my sadness that way. I'm not the only one. It's just so comforting. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. It's very cool when you find a person who understands you 100%, and not only the current you, but the past you. This is very nice.
Mhm.
When you spoke about also depression and how messed up and the depressed kids, do you do something for your mental health? And
Uh,
what?
yeah. So I did a real depression, where I had to go to hospital every day. But now I'm better. But I'm still seeing someone once a month just to talk, to help me put things together in my mind. Yeah, I'm still doing it, and maybe till the end of my life, and I think this is great. A lot of people are ashamed to say, yeah, I'm seeing a psychologist. Like, this is kind of touchy subject. But actually, I'm very okay with it. Like, yeah, I'm seeing a psychologist. I did therapy. I went to hospital. Yeah, there's nothing to be ashamed of, because it was for my mental health. Um,
It
and yeah,
was
still
for
doing
your
it.
mental health. That's the most important. It was for you, for your mental
Mm,
health, and you do whatever it takes for your mental health. Alex, I really like how open you are. Without any second thought, you're opening yourself up. And I think that's what also your listeners like in your songs, that you're not ashamed to, and you're not burying yourself uh, behind a wall
mm,
of cheesiness and something that everybody likes in songs. You really put yourself, your true soul in the songs, and that's what matters, because there are so many things today written by multiple musicians to be
yeah.
hype, and you just put the true self, and I think this is something that makes you and others happy as well. Yeah. What about your days? Do you have some kind of a routine, like wake up at 6, go write at 7, do whatever, something else?
Absolutely not. I take every day as a gift, so I don't have a lot of plan. Actually, I'm very anxious to think about the future, to look forward. So I live day by day. But yeah, the only thing is that I'm listening to music every day. I'm writing things every day. But I'm not even thinking about that. That's just a need. Like, I need to be in peace. But no, I don't have a routine at all. I just take the day as it is. Last
Uh,
few months, I just try to make sure to meet people, because with the quarantine and the COVID, I miss just meeting people. So the only thing that changed is that when someone proposed me to do something, most of the time I'm up for it. And that's the only thing that changed in my life routine. I'm way up to meet new people, because for me, that's one of the purpose of life. Life is
mhm.
love, and you have to share it to meet people. And that's my routine.
You know what? I love how you said, like, I need to write it down. I need to listen to music because I need this. I had a couple of weeks back on Amplify. I had a singer-songwriter from the UK, and she's called Ocean and the Waves. And she was also like, she's journaling, and she was like, yeah,
Mm,
I journal like 1 hour, 2 hours a day, and like, but really every day she's like, I need to. I want this. I journal. I need to journal. That's all.
yeah. That's it. I need it.
And that,
There is a lot of artists that are scared to not have the creativity anymore. I'm not scared of that. I know my mind is so fucked up,
yeah.
but I'm not scared to lose my creativity. So I'm writing it down every day, because I know that tomorrow I will still have another idea.
Alex, I see that you are very, even though you're right about depression and dark tones, but outside you're pretty colorful, I would say.
That's why my name is Paradoxe.
That's why your name is Paradox. Were you always like that, or is it something that you developed with the years, or were you always like this colorful, active boy?
Actually, I always have that kind of opposite behavior. I always was a depressed kid. I remember me at 6. I was a child who hates talented children, like for real. I always was a depressed kid. I always was afraid to lose the people I love most. Um, but yeah, we live in a society where everyone is happy. So I always was like, yeah, I have to look happy because everybody looks happy. Yeah, it was like social pressure. But
Hmm.
now the thing is, with time, you find people where you are naturally happy, and that for me is a big difference with myself before. I really had the impression that I used to fake to be happy, and now I'm not faking it anymore because I'm meeting a lot of people that understand me. I'm discovering the queer and the LGBTQ community. Like I studied in a Catholic college with a lot of yeah, people who don't understand all that kind of stuff.
You
Just
pray
finding,
5 times a day and you forget who you are.
yeah, exactly, and just finding people that had approximately the same struggles that you had. You know that you don't have to fake it, and you're happy just to find your team. But yeah, that's it. Always depressed, but with lovely people, and that makes me happy every day.
Let's talk about skills. Are you planning to learn something new soon, or do you want to learn something new?
Actually, I always want to stay some kind of, I don't know if the word is in English, exists in English. That kind of neophyte. Um, Sometimes when you learn too much, I have the impression that I'm losing some authenticity. So yeah, I'm learning to do the things well. That's normal. I want things to be clean. I want my music to be clean. But I don't want to learn too much because I don't want it to be too clean, actually. I love when it's a little bit dirty because it's more real, and that's what I want in my art. Normally, I'm gonna go back to university to do science again, but that's like my second hobby. That's not my first one.
I love what you said about keeping the authenticity in your songs the way you want it, and
Hmm.
really comparing yourself to all very clean and polished songs that there are today. Because why I liked your songs is because I felt the authenticity in them,
Hmm.
and not because it sounded like, I don't know, Ariana Grande or somebody, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, that's I have the same feeling, but with the entire music industry. I love when a singer is bringing me that just a little bit of dirtiness, like that's not perfectly clean. There is some things really weird in the mix or in the mastering, and that's what I love. Like you try to do something else that just have a really polished song that gonna work out in the music world. Um, um, the last things I'm thinking about is like the two albums of Lana Del Rey. She just waited 2 months between her two albums. So she released an album in like April or May, and she released another one in July, I think, which
Mhm.
is normally something you don't do in the music industry. Like this is too soon, and I just love the way she's like, yeah, but I needed to release, so I did it. And when you listen to the songs, they are like not perfectly mixed, not perfectly mastered. And this is just perfect for me because when I put my headphones, really have the impression that she's singing in my ears. And that's why I love most about a singer. Like, I just put my earphones and I'm with her. I have the same thing when I'm listening to Kate Bush, when I'm listening to Years and Years, when I'm listening to that kind of band. This is not perfectly mixed. This is not perfectly mastered, but oh Lord, I really have the impression to be with you right now.
Who else do you like? I heard Kate Bush, I heard Lana Del Rey, Years and Years. Who else do you like?
Oh Lord, a lot of artists. Actually, I have a big collection of LPs.
Anyone from Belgium?
Actually, yeah, there is La Petite Noire, which is a singer, just amazing. When I'm listening to his songs, this is just so organic. His voice is just so dreamy.
Mm.
Um, Here in Belgium, and that's a friend of mine, Elliot de la Prigari, which is very in queer art. Um, he composed his song, he sings his song. He doesn't have the most beautiful voice ever, but he doesn't care. He just go for it.
I think I know him. Yeah, he does
That's
drag as
basically,
well. I mean, drag.
yeah, some
Yeah.
kind of
Okay.
drag. He's just his vibe, and that's what
Yeah.
I love about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, he's beyond gender. His music is not polished, not perfect, but he's there and he's delivering on stage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's all I
Nice.
love about an artist.
Do you have any advice for someone who wants to do music? Like, how do we start?
First, be sure you want to do music. Don't do it for the fame or anything because you will be disappointed. The music industry nowadays is kind of difficult. You do it because you want it, for no other reason, because you love music. Music is a very heterogenic art. Like, you do music, so you compose, you sing, you can write, you do photography, you act, you do videos. That's awesome, but really, uh, you have to believe that's what you want to do, because that's really a fucked up universe. There is a lot of mean people and things like that. And second, pray every
Mm-hmm.
day, because that's not because you have talent that you're gonna succeed. That's not because you're pretty that you're gonna succeed. And being pretty is important in the music industry. You don't know why. Um, yeah, pray. That's my biggest advice.
Are you a believer?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, Alex, who do you want to amplify? Because that's my trademark question, and I would love to create a chain reaction.
You already know who I'm talking about. I talked about her a lot here. That's Chloe from Cis for Noir. Amazing
Mm-hmm.
artist. Love her so much. I love the way, yeah, she's doing exactly the same thing than me, but in a totally other way. Sad lyrics on big electro music. People are dancing, are shouting during her lives, and she's talking about. She will tell you. She's gonna be
Okay,
better
okay,
than
okay.
that. A little bit of
Yeah,
suspense.
yeah. Looking forward to talk to her. Every time I try to include like previously on Amplify, so this will be included in her episode. And when you really do this, suspense is gonna be just awesome. Okay, where can we find you? Facebook, Spotify, anything?
Yeah, on Facebook, Spotify, Instagram, TikToks. I'm such the old generation already for TikTok, but I love this application like so much. This app is so funny because you weirdly you don't think about your image, you just go for it and do videos, even if it doesn't go viral, you just go for it. That's really funny.
And they're gonna work out, yeah. Nice. Thank you very much for the time
Thank
you spent
you.
today.
Actually, I had a really good time too, talking
Uh,
with you.
as I said, I really love how brave, open, true you are to with your audience, and I think more people will love it. So,
Finger crossed.
thank you, thank you.
Thank you
Good.
for everything.
See you on
See you
Instagram,
soon,
Alex.
I hope.
Thank you very much for streaming the episode. Don't forget to check out those links that I put in the description. Share the episode with your friends, support Alex and his art, and see you next week.
Je suis stressé à crever.
Alors, on a la valise à make-up, la valise avec le matos.
Attention, l'énorme housse avec 5 costumes dedans.
Dancing with the witches, cut your soul in pieces. If you hurt one, now fast again. Baby, stop the disguise. Y'all think you're better than us. We can break your bones like porcelain. We won't change ourselves just to please you. But me and my dark bimbos can kill you. Echo, echo, my bitches are witches. Echo, echo, my bitches are witches. Echo, echo, hey. bitches are witches. Echo, echo. My bitches are witches.
It's been a long time since you fell in love.
My bitches are witches. I said my bitches are witches. My witches are creeps, my witches are freaks, my witches are cool, my witches are queers, my witches are fighters, my witches are winners, my witches have magic, my witches have power. Don't mess with them, or it will end with your blood on my hands.
Parce qu'on forme une communauté. Et on va arrêter d'encaisser les coups, parce qu'il est grand temps que l'on contre-attaque.
My bitches are witches, my bitches are witches. I said my bitches are witches. Echo, echo. My bitches are witches. Echo, echo. My bitches are witches. Echo, echo. Echo, echo. My bitches are witches, my bitches are witches. Echo, echo. My bitches are witches. Echo, echo. My bitches are witches.